Hello, people, YouTubers, once again to brace your screens to Malik Aaron. I just want to give a little disclaimer. I'm uh I'm a bit sick at the moment. That's why you're not gonna see me like 100% energy. I'm like functioning at 70%. Not all that great, but I'm gonna still do this because it's kind of an obligation. So today, what am I reviewing? I'll tell you. It's another Zack Snyder movie. I know this is the worst timing ever to do Zack Snyder movies after his daughter committed suicide back in March. Now he can't do Justice League. Now the one I'm doing is considered his worst movie. Even worse than Batman v Superman. Even worse with the movie with the Martha line, the now infamous line. It is Sucker Punch. Now, unlike most of his movies where he has like some source material to go off of, this is his own creation. He came up with the story, he wrote the movie, and he directed the movie. So this is all his vision, right? So the plot here, you have like this girl. Her name is literally Baby Doll. They give each other nicknames, but not real names, which is weird. And a very weird opening. We find out that her mother apparently died. Because maybe, and like, there's this abusive stepfather. Supposedly killed her, and he wanted their inheritance money. But it turns out that the mother gave the inheritance money to two daughters, so he tried to kill them. And so Baby Doll accidentally kills her sister. She tries to shoot the dude, but somehow misses, which is weird considering how big the dude is. Accidentally kills her sister. And so then she's put in the loony bin, pretty much. And then they make her undergo lobotomy. So, and after that, she kind of pulls herself into a fantasy where, like, her and a whole bunch of other, I guess, her inmates now are just a whole bunch of showgirls. And they're kind of stuck in the situation where you have the main dude, like the evil dude, played by Oscar Isaac. This is long before he became Poe Dameron or Apocalypse. So, yeah. He's kind of like the head of it. And, like, the girls, they want to get out. And so, in order to do that, they have to go into Baby Doll along with her friends. Sweet Pea, Rocket, Blondie, and Amber. Yeah, that's their names. They don't get real names, they get nicknames. So Uvaldo go to another world. That's probably a world in a world. We're at Inception level. Like a big, just weird, destructive, crazy, messed up world in order to do like she has to find four things. There are a map, fire, a knife, and a key, and a fifth thing which I will not spoil. So they have to go to these little fantasy worlds to go and supposedly get them. I'm just gonna say it. This movie is very, 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 very weird and confusing. I can see why it didn't do that great. Now, the action is cool to look at, very visually interesting. But here's the problem. See, what's happening in the first world, where she's a showgirl, she does a little dance, right? And then she goes into her second world, which is where she becomes like this world, where all this crazy stuff happens, becomes a complete and utter warrior. That it's supposed to mimic. You think it would mimic what she's doing. Like, in the first world. First world, second world mimic each other. Like, whatever she does in the second world, she does in the first world. In a way. But it just... Like, the way it's set up. Like, the way the situation is set up. I mean, why would... Like, in one of the worlds, where you have, like, this chef, and all that I mentioned, every single dude in this movie is jerk. Is a complete another jerk. Just because. Just like Ghostbusters 2016, which I will never review. She's like she's all on the table and then she's trying to dance in order to distract him. So how does that lead to going on a train and slicing up a whole bunch of robots? Right? I mean, that makes no sense. It doesn't add up at all. It doesn't add to the scene at all. It just does not feel right. It doesn't even match. The characters are bland. You really don't care about any of them. They do look good though, I will say that, but you really don't care about any of the characters. They're not worth investing. Yeah, so the plot is way all over the place, super confusing. The one thing I will give this movie credit for, besides its effects, is soundtrack. This movie's soundtrack is pretty live, I must say. I mean, it has some like pretty good song choices that made me enjoy the movie a bit more than I already did. But then in the ending, that's where things really make you go, what on earth am I even looking at? What just happened? Sort of like what people call a WTF moment. Like, this movie's chock full of them. Ending really got me like that because, like, all the stuff she did, like, in the first world, like, everything she did in a little second world happens in the first world, right? Then the ending, you find out that everything she did in the first world happened to the real world. And I'm just like, wait, you're destroying my brain here. This is getting way. I have no idea what's happening anymore. It got me real confused. Overall, this movie looks good visually. It has a great soundtrack, but it is very, very, very confusing and somewhat boring, and no characters to care about. The action doesn't flow with what it's supposed to flow with. So I give this maybe a 5 out of 10. Probably. I wouldn't recommend this to a whole lot of people. If you do find that soundtrack, then go get it. But this movie's just kind of eh. Now let's bring it to Triple H. And I know Triple H is still a bit hurt from his triple threat. Hopefully nobody shows up this time. I don't think anyone will. So Triple H, how is it going?
I'm doing good. Still hurt. I'm glad we got one of these reviews where nothing crazy happens.
Yeah, I like that too. So what do you think of Sucker Punch?
Well, as you said, it was very, very confusing. I had no idea what was going on. But you have this real world and first world, second world. It's destroying my brain cells. Action was good, even if it didn't flow with the situation. The main girls looked good. Soundtrack was good. Acting was mediocre. That's pretty much it. I give it a 5, just the same as you.
Wow. Hunter, I'm just gonna warn you, you better be prepared for a lot of bad reviews, because I know I have to deal with them.
How bad could it be?
Well, I'm just gonna tell you, our next review is going to be Batman and Robin.
No! Please, no. Can we please review something else?
No, we can't. This is what I picked. I'm sorry about that.
Please pick, I don't even know. Just anything but that.
Well, Hunter, I'm sorry. It's just what I picked. I gotta go with what I picked. There's nothing I can do about it.
So we gotta watch a movie filled with infamous bat nipples and bat puns and ice puns, like "Stay cool" or "What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age." Terrible. Why would you make me watch this?
You don't have to watch it. You just have to review it. I unfortunately have to watch it. I already seen it, so I know how bad it is. But I will say it is. I still think it's better than Fantastic.
Why would you say that?
Because Fantastic is probably the worst superhero movie I've ever seen. One of the worst movies I've ever seen. At least Batman and Robin was fun in a way. Like, it's so campy that it's almost fun. That's the only positive I give for that. And you gotta have to wait till that review comes out on Saturday. And after that, I'm just gonna say right now, next two reviews after that are just as bad. Well, not really. They're still bad. It's a kid's movie, and we know how much you hate those.
What could it be this time?
Shrek the Third.
No! No, not that one.
Yeah, I hate that movie personally. And then last and certainly least in these next couple reviews, probably the worst adaptation of all time, Dragon Ball Evolution.
This is the worst week you've ever made me sit down and review.
I know. I'm really sorry about that, but it is what it is.
Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, and we'll see you next time. Also, click on the link for a description. Click in the description where you can go to our social medias, our Twitter and Facebook. Well, it's yours. I don't have my own. And we are out. And I hope no one interferes in this week, because this week is going to be too hard for both of us to do. It'll be even worse if we have to deal with a bunch of chaos.
I know. I hope it doesn't happen.